everyone. So today I am going to talk about my German canteen, or is known as the Feldflasche, if I'm saying that correctly. Now, this is a German canteen, but here's the funny part. It's not a German canteen. It's a Czechoslovakian canteen dressed as a German canteen. Because I was looking at prices for German canteens and they were so expensive, like $114, $118, $89. And that was just a lot of money for just a canteen where I'm going to drink water out of it. And I know what you're saying. Well, you spent a lot of money on your whole entire impression kit. Why not spend the money on a canteen? And my answer to that would be, look, what's the difference? I spent a lot of money on my whole impression kit because I needed all that stuff. Like the uniform, the Marschstiefels, the gear, and everything else. Paying a lot of money for just something I'm going to drink water out of and make coffee and tea out of would be nuts. So, instead, why not take the Czechoslovakian canteen and dress it up as a German canteen? And plus, too, during World War II, the Germans did use Czechoslovakian canteens as well. They also used a lot of other things from the Czechoslovakians as well that they took from them, like weapons, canteens, and stuff like that they used during the war. So they were being resourceful. So this right here is being resourceful. So I dressed it up as an M31 canteen. So I got the cover almost didn't fit, but it perfectly fit fine. At first it wasn't fitting and I was nervous, but it was able to fit. It was the shape of the canteen itself. You can tell that it is the Czechoslovakian because it's got the rope. Got the hook here to hook onto my bread bag. And this piece right here that goes under the loop of the bread bag so it doesn't make a lot of noise. The little clasp right here so I can, take this out and like drink water or coffee or tea in it. So let me put that. Let's see, hold on. There we go. So I'm going to give you some cool facts about the canteen, or known as the Feldflaschen, which is known as filled bottles. So this would be like the standard M31 canteen, often covered in felt with leather straps. So that's covered with felt and leather straps. Later versions were like the coconut canteens, so they were like coconut shaped, with Bigelit shells, if I'm pronouncing that right. They were used by soldiers in World War I and World War II. So if you've ever seen like World War I and World War II movies, you've noticed that on like their bread bags. And bread bags are basically like a little bag where they would put like personal gear in, extra ammunition, extra rations in, and that would clip onto like the belt. So they would put like water in it or like any other kind of fluids in it as well. For me, I would put water in it because water is essential. It's important to stay hydrated. The M31 canteen was a standard issue from 1931, typically aluminum. So my canteen is aluminum. Since it is Czechoslovakian, it is aluminum. So it would be the standard canteen. Like I said, it is a felt cover with brown. So mine is a felt cover with brown on it with straps. For standard, They would have olive drab for tropical. So tropical would be the ones where soldiers would go to like Africa. So the Africa Corps would have the olive drab canteen. So that's what they would have. And they would have like leather straps as well. And so we got a couple more canteens. So we have the M42, which was like a later version in the war. It was often steel, and it was simplified with covers, like I said, with Big Elite, which was the coconut canteen. Again, the coconut shape. Again, we go back to the coconut canteen. It was another design where the metal flask was enclosed in a hand-round Big Elite shell named for its shape. We had early versions where aluminum later was transitioned into steel due to material shortages, with Big Elite used for covers. So like I said, beginning to mid-war, there weren't really any shortages. Things were going good, but when the late war started to come in, there were shortages. So like I said, shortages of leather, shortages of aluminum, shortages of anything you could think of during that time period. Even for the U.S., there were shortages for things for the U.S. Leather, aluminum, anything. So it wasn't just Germany, it was other countries that had shortages of other things that needed to be saved for the war effort. Components include like the flask, which was a metal and plastic cup, and a strap to assemble in a flat Big Elite cover. And it was essential for carrying portable fluids designed to be robust and accessible. So this would go on your bread bag, and it would be accessible for you to grab, and it would have the clip. So this would be the clip, and you would put this on your bread bag, and then you would put the strap underneath the bread bag so it wouldn't move around so much, and you would undo it so you would be accessible just to get your drink. So this is aluminum, this is steel underneath, so no shortages here, because my impression is mid to late war, so there's no shortages here. So yeah, that's the canteen. This is the strap that I also bought as well for it, so it can go with it. I wasn't sure if the strap was going to work either, but it did. But yeah, so that's the canteen. That is my Feldflasche. So I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to follow my journey, I should say, of history. There's going to be more than just World War II, so don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow to A Slice of History. And I hope you guys enjoy and comment what you love about history. And if you're a reenactor, comment too, and tell me what you reenact and what your impression is too. Auf Wiedersehen and Tschüss.